The last video, wonderful women. And I'm wearing my glasses this morning because I had a bit of a cry. When I say a bit of a cry, it was a massive cry, but it was also a very joyful cry. So I had this wonderful woman that she started working with me 1 year ago, and she just sent me the picture of her carrying her baby with her husband in hospital. And then I received a beautiful message from a woman that has been working with me lately, and you know who you are, telling me that she kind of lost me for the work that we have been doing, for the support that she's been receiving. And waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and be welcomed by those type of messages can really make someone's day. What do you think? And I've noticed that over the past months, because of so many things have happened and I've been talking with so many women, I've been finding myself being more emotional than I normally am. And also it was such a blast yesterday to have the live with Lucy and see how much she thrived after finishing the period comeback protocol and getting her period back. It was just a reinforcement, and it reminded me why I'm so passionate of what I do and why I show up every day, 7 days a week. I'm trying to cut down my Sundays, but I still find it really, really hard to take a break from all of you beautiful women. And it has been years that I've been doing this. It's not that I started 5 months ago, and I've been showing up consistently every single day of my life, except when I was really sick. And that goes to show that I do have a belief that my mission is helping as many people as I can to get the period back, get the fertility back, and also let go of the disorder behaviors around food and training. And it's actually happening. It comes from a place of professional care, obviously, but also personal care. Anyway, today is the last video. So I'm sorry, I'm just gonna grab a drink of water. If you have been working with me, you have possibly noticed that I am always drinking water. I get really thirsty when I talk, and I talk a lot during the day. So today is going to be about a few of the reflections I made over the past months. And then I'm going to share a couple of things that are happening, and I'm going to give you a tip on how, what to do moving forward. So the first thing that I would like to say is that this period party has been beyond exciting and very, very challenging. Exciting because I got to speak with so many wonderful people. Honestly, I've been blessed with messages, comments. People have really connected and got to know each other during the period party. And I had one wonderful woman joining the period comeback protocol, and I had 5 incredible women joining joining me on a one-on-one coaching basis, or joining the baby period comeback protocol. So that was also fun months from that point of view, because lots of women, they decided to say yes to themselves during the month of March, which was absolutely incredible. But it was also very challenging, because I've done the math, and considering how much it took me to kickstart this period party and how much time I spent live, and also sending the email later and responding to all the comments and fixing the broken links and uploading everything on YouTube. So you may see me for like 10 to 30 minutes every day for 30 days in a row. But the reality is that after doing the math, I realized that I spend 90 minutes every single day just to do the period party. So just imagine if you go to work and you do your own things, and then you have 90 minutes to add on top of it, Sundays and Saturdays included, just to finish your work for free. So, and this was a massive realization, especially because to me, it was such a pleasure. But then the reality was that now I understand why sometimes I was feeling so tired, especially when Saturday came along. And because I've been doing my own healing journey during these months, I've really come up with a mantra that I created in January, and then I kind of forgot about it, and now I'm bringing it back, which is that move slow and grow. because growth can only happen when we're sitting in the knowing, when we're sitting in the stillness, not when we're pushing through without sleeping enough, without eating enough, and giving too much of our energy to other things and to other people and to situations. So that was a big wake-up call for me, because and now I have such a great renewed respect for all the people that show up online. Because maybe for you ladies, if you have a 9-to-5 job, you don't realize how much time people put in whenever they release an ebook, or whenever they have a live on Instagram, or whenever, I don't know, like they do a period party, for example. You may simply download the ebook, just have a quick glance at it, and then park it. But the reality is that those people have sat down, have brought up all their knowledge, all their time to make something special for you for free. So make sure to be thankful for every single time that someone online or in general respond to a message. Like, for example, do you ever expect your doctor to answer to you via Facebook messages every day? You would never dream of your doctor doing that. And the reality is that I'm not a doctor, but I am a professional. I went 6 years to uni to be in this position. And I've been doing so many research and so many studies on the side just to give you the latest research, right? And this is not really about me, because you ladies have been absolutely a wonder. And I've always been incredibly lucky to attract fantastic women that really are committed to getting better. But it's just an invitation to be kind with the people that are there offering you something, because maybe sometimes you take it for granted, and maybe sometimes you prefer to simply send a message instead of having a look around and doing your own research and finding the solution of the problem before sending the message, especially if it's something that it's quite easy to fix, not really a mindset issue, obviously. And sometimes if people don't respond straight away, then you can get upset as well, right? And you expect that answer, that fast-paced answer. But the reality is that people have their own life, and people are already spending so much time giving their energy away. So make sure that you always, the kindness is in the forefront of your brain. And just remember that for your own sake, when you sit in gratitude, when you sit in kindness, that's when magic happens. That's when life goes from this to this. And I'm sorry that I had the lamp here, so I had to hit it. And I've been really working on this over the past 30 days. And it has been incredible. I've noticed how my mindset has shifted in so many different ways. And for all of you that have really enjoyed the period party, that have really enjoyed those constant messages, I actually have been thinking of continuing it on a pay-per-month basis. So basically something that I would like to create is 4 videos per week, because ultimately I think that 7 is a little bit of a stretch, and women tend to do lots of catching up, and I don't want you to feel overwhelmed because, oh gosh, I didn't listen to the video today. So I think that 3 to 4 videos a week could be a great idea. And that will be obviously for a very low price per month. So if you're really, if you're interested, if you will be up for it, just let me know in the comment section. Simply type, I want to continue with the period party, and I'm going to reach out to you. Obviously, I'm going to do it only if I reach a minimum of 7 to 10 people. So it's also, we can create, once again, the beautiful space, the beautiful community, and it's going to be really private. So nothing is going to be live on Facebook. I will create something separate, so you're going to be the only one getting the content. I've also noticed that 30 days, when I started, I was like, what am I going to talk about for 30 days? And the reality is that I still have a list of topics that I would like to cover that I haven't even touched, not even scratched the surface for the way that I see it. And that's because sometimes the topics come out after speaking with women, after getting their feedback, after having calls with them, and really understanding what's they're suffering from. So once again, if you would like to continue the period party for the months of April or in the future, just let me know and I'm gonna organize that. I'm gonna chat with some of you, and if I get 7 to 10 women that are on board, I will definitely make that happen. Okay. Now, another exciting news is that next week, I'm currently editing the meal plan, the HA recovery meal plan and recipes. So it's going to be called How to Get Your Period Back. Obviously, I think that the title is, yeah, How to, I have to have a look at the title, but it's going to be very similar to How to Get Your Period Back and Boost Your Fertility. I'm going to go through a few infos. What is hypothalamic amenorrhea, how to protect yourself from this hormonal imbalance, how to identify if that's what you're suffering from. I'm going to speak about the importance of protein, calcium, liver, adrenal glands. You're going to find 2 meal plans. You're going to find a snack cheat sheet and a few recipes. So the ebook, it's 77 pages long, and it's going to be completely downloadable. So you download it and you can save it wherever you want. So you can skim through it the very first time, and then maybe you can go back, screenshot a few things, or maybe print out a few recipes. Not all the recipes were made by me. Some of them were made by colleagues of mine, or very popular recipes that I found online. And obviously I'm going to put that in the notes, just in case that you want to reach out to that person and find more recipes that are similar to the one that she created or he created. But what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna release the ebook sometimes next week, and the first 10 people that are gonna buy it, they're gonna be able to get it for only US $14.99, and then the price is gonna double in the following week. So if you're really interested in the meal plan ebook and you wanna get it as soon as possible, as soon as it comes out, so you're one of the first 10 women that get it for $14.99, send me a DM right away. And then last thing before we move on is today I'm gonna close your chance to join the Period Comeback Protocol. It's Friday, it's the end of March, so today is your last chance. So if you have been thinking of joining the Baby Period Comeback Protocol, you can head to my Instagram page, or you can send me a DM today, or you can type below that I want to join, and we're gonna make that happen for you. Today is the closing day. I'm still looking for one woman. One woman bought it yesterday, and we are in a conversation at the moment. So if she changes her mind, then it's going to be yours. So let me know, all right? And now let's move on. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do now that the period party has come to an end? I'm going to be back with a live next week. It's going to be a different one. The title is How to Manifest Your Period. Woohoo! It sounds so, I don't know, new age, but the reality is that there is quite a lot of science to back up what I will share next week. And I think that you will all benefit from joining the live. But for today is another invitation for you. And the invitation is to find your non-negotiable when it comes to your HA recovery journey. So for example, I'm gonna share my non-negotiable with you. For me, it was definitely having breakfast in the morning. That was a game changer for me. It was letting go of a certain routine in terms of exercising. And I haven't really spoken too much about it, but I really had to let that go. And there was lots of grieving because my body started to change and my mood started to change, and I got lots and lots of anxiety, especially in the beginning. And just for so that you know, I come from a background of professional skiing. I started running. I was a yoga teacher, so I was really for hardcore in terms of exercise. And there was this part of me that was absolutely terrified of letting go of that identity, because I've always been known as the active one, the fit one, the slim one. And the reality is that in the back of my mind, especially in the beginning, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go back to it. If I feel that this is too much, I can always go back to it, and I will replenish my body enough so that I will be able to go back to it. That's how I started my HA recovery journey. And I can honestly say that a few years down the track, I haven't gone back to it, not because I can't, simply because I don't want to. People grow, people change, people have different things, life become busy. I honestly, if I have to choose and spend 20 minutes here with you, or 20 minutes skipping in a room, it's a no-brainer for me. I will always be here for you. And it's not because I don't take care of myself, but I have different ways of taking care of myself right now that they don't look at all like the person that I was back in the past, back when I was really entrenched in my disorder thoughts in terms of food and training. And the same thing when it comes to breakfast. I will wake up in the morning feel quite nauseous, and I just loved my coffee. I wanted to have at least a couple of coffees before having breakfast. And then I just reflected to the fact that I hadn't always been like that. I actually remembered a time of my life where I kept on saying breakfast is my favorite part of the day. And when I was in my early 20s, I would go to sleep and preparing breakfast for the next day. So when I would wake up, breakfast was ready on the table, and I didn't do it just to save the time, but because it was such a wonderful moment to actually start thinking, planning the next day in advance. And it was such a wonderful moment to actually wake up and see the display of food on top of the table. I just loved it. And so I started thinking, how is that even possible, that I went from a place of loving breakfast, moving my body gently, to really restricting myself, to depriving myself of the things that I need the most. And then the last bit for me was definitely the mindset work. There are a few things that I had to choose and do every single day, as if I was, whenever I was having a shower, I was doing my mindset work. But I was really stuck for a very long period of time in victimhood, thinking I am the only one that is not going to get the period. Why me? It's so unfair. Other people in slimmer bodies, they do have a period. Other people that are exercising have a period. It was absolutely exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. Did my period come back because I was in victimhood? Absolutely not. Did my life improve while I was in that state of mind? Absolutely not. It was just a shit show, if you don't mind me saying. So only when I really started focusing on the abundance, and I know that I've already said it so many times, and I wonder, I know that sometimes I feel like a broken record. Oh, there she goes, Claudia, talking about abundance and gratitude and being present again. Realistically speaking, why do you want to live in the future or in the past when you're actually here with me in the present moment? And let me ask you, if you just pause your life right here in this very moment, how does it feel? Like, if you don't worry about what's going to come tomorrow, if you stop being so concerned about what happened yesterday, and if you're just here with me right now and just focusing on your breathing, focusing on what you can see, or maybe if you want, you can also close your eyes, and if you can focus on what you can touch and what you hear and what your mouth tastes like, how does that feel? There is really little pain, isn't it, there? And that's where I would like to spend most of your life, because that's the only thing that you have control over. You don't know what your period is going to do. Ultimately, your period is going to come back where you really, really, really allow it to recharge itself. But in the meantime, there is something else that you can do, which is taking care of your beautiful mind and really do the mindset work, which is why when women decide to do this work alone, I I don't want to say I feel so sorry for them, because feeling sorry for someone is not really empathetic, isn't it? But I wish that they didn't. I wish that they didn't, because I tried that. And so many of the clients that I've worked with tried that. And when they came to me, it was because they didn't have any other choice. They actually wanted to change, and they were desperate to change. And sometimes I wonder, why do you have to wait until you feel so exhausted and exasperated that you feel that there is no way out? How about that you do it a little bit before then? So then life gets easier, your energy starts coming back, you start sleeping better at night, you start looking at other people and feel them think that they are attractive. You can go out for breakfast or lunch or dinner without overthinking food. You can learn to trust your body and move it in different ways. Yeah. So why did I share my non-negotiables with you? Simply because I wanted to give you an example of what worked for me. What worked for me. And now it's really important for you to find your non-negotiable. That's the conversations that we have on a weekly basis in the HA community. But it is so very important, because if your aim is to get your period back and to let go of disordered thoughts around food and training, it's like building the pyramids. Where do you even start? Well, you start from the first block. You start from the foundation. And the foundations are made of daily non-negotiables. Are they going to be the same as you move along? Absolutely not. When they become part of your routine, you will know that they're non-negotiable any longer. They're simply part of the routine. They're there. They're safe. And then you can include new non-negotiables. So, for example, when I started having breakfast every morning, and I knew that I was okay with having breakfast in the morning, and finally my appetite was back, my non-negotiable moved from having breakfast to have a decent sized breakfast, because I was still kind of lying to myself, thinking that one slice of toast was enough for me. So my non-negotiable was, for example, if I had a slice of toast, it had to be at least two, and there needed to be spread, and there needed to be toppings. So that became my non-negotiable. And then when I hit that and there was no problem, my non-negotiable was to have at least 2 fun foods every single week. You know, like you can tweak and change them, but start somewhere. Because if today you're thinking, okay, it's the end of the period party, I should feel so much better by now, but realistically speaking, I'm still very much in my behaviors. Look at the pyramid and think, okay, what's the first break? What can I do to really start prioritizing myself and to be the person that I would love to be? That's definitely a question for you to answer. And that's something that I normally work with women on a one-to-one basis and in a group settings. And if you feel that you would love to receive that support and guidance, just make sure that you take advantage of it today. Okay, so for some reason today I feel very calm. It has been a very, very lovely conversations to have to share with you. This past month has been incredible, and I thank you so incredibly much for being part of it. For all of you that follow me from the beginning, I've been looking at the stats, and some of you have been there from day one, maybe playing some catch up, or maybe skipping a video or two. And then there are some of you that just watched every single video religiously. And I thank you so much for that, because ultimately I was here for you. I was here for you. So thank you. It has been an absolute pleasure. So sure, just a few things. If you would like to continue the period party, let me know. It's going to be 3 to 4 weeks, 3 to 4 videos per week. It's going to be a very low price per month. And I'm going to organize it only if I have 10 women, 7 to 10 women. The second bit is that the HA, the ebook and the meal plan is gonna come out at some point next week, and I'm definitely gonna let you know. It's gonna be on Instagram, mail, on the Recover from HA support group. So I'm pretty sure that you're gonna find the information, but the first 10 ebooks, they're gonna be sold for $14.99. And then the price is going to double as soon as the first 10 copies have been sold. And then today, if you're not part of it already, is your last chance to join the baby period comeback protocol. So don't miss out on this opportunity. If you've been sitting on the fence for the past 2 weeks, like checking the link and just coming back to yourself and just checking the link and sending me a DM and booking a call and checking the link again, I guess it's time for you to actually take the step and commit. All right. So much love, ladies. It has been an absolute blast. And now it's coffee time. Bye for now.